Hi, Cathy here, and I wanted to make a short video with just some ideas on how to help your child if they are struggling with substance use. I know it's really difficult if you have a child with drug and alcohol use. It's very hard on parents, and I don't often think parents get as much help as they need. So here are just some tips that you might find useful. So the first one is to take care of yourself. We know that really self-care is job number one when it comes to dealing with substance use. Sometimes parents feel like they're not part of the picture or the focus is really on their child. And so you really want to, you'll be your best and you'll be the best support for your child when you do things like exercise, maybe do a short meditation practice if that's something that helps you. Journaling is another thing that can be really helpful. One tip with journaling, you can even write just 2 or 3 times a week, a short paragraph, and that has been shown to help with lower stress levels. So that's the first one. And the second one is to keep the lines of communication open with your child. I know it's difficult. I know it's easy to get into the negative cycle of arguing or sort of wanting to fix the issue, but it's really not that helpful. So one of the things that I think you could do is just see how, if your child is doing something well, you can notice that. You can just really work on trying to be the positive force in your family. And I think the rest of the family members will appreciate it because substance use is hard enough, but when you get all the negativity in there with it, it makes it even worse. And the third one is using positive reinforcement, which I just mentioned. And to be more specific, it's really looking at when your child is doing something well. It's how you can acknowledge that, even with your words, with a pat on the back, with a hug. The tendency is when we have drug use, we focus only on the negative. We focus on all the things that are going wrong. And so you want to take a minute and realize that there's more to your child just than their drug or alcohol use, just like there's more to a person if they're a diabetic or have other issues. That's not the whole part of the person. So notice if your child's doing something well and try to focus on that and acknowledge that and pay more attention to that. And then the fourth one is realizing that recovery is personal and one size doesn't fit all for everyone. So your child's recovery might look, if they're in that recovery stage, and hopefully they get there soon if they're not already there. But your child's recovery will look different than somebody else's. There are some similarities. Certainly there's some things that they can do that other people can do as well. But you want to realize that what's going to help your child might be different than what's going to help maybe somebody else that you know that also has a child struggling. So be open to really looking at your child's situation, what's going to best help them, and support your child in that way. We really are trying to get away from a black and white solution or a one size fits all. There's not one path. There's many positive paths to recovery. And then finally, the fifth one is to resist the urge to fix the problem. And that is something that we all do. I mean, I know I've done that. We've all done that, especially at the beginning. You're trying to throw anything at this issue that you can think of that might help. But you really want to try to reach out to professionals. I would urge people not to try to do this alone, if at all possible. Reach out to people who have been dealing with addiction for a long time, or substance use, or just teen experimentation if you're concerned about that, and see if you can get some answers that way. It'll broaden the way you think about it. It will help you understand the issue more and the many different ways that you can help your child that you may not know about or you may not have thought about. So I hope you find these helpful. Again, know there's hope. It's not easy having a child with a substance use issue, but you can get through it. Many parents have. Their children have gone on to live very healthy, meaningful lives, and I hope yours can too. Thank you, and until next time, have a good rest of your week.